Hey, I'm Michelle,
And I'm Ronald,
and this is Talking Squirrels.
the Middle School Ministry Podcast. Okay, that was the third time, but it worked.
Woo! Third
No,
time's charm.
it's fantastic. Michelle, how you doing? You doing okay?
I'm doing well, Ronald. How are you?
Like I was telling you just a second ago, I'm a little stressed, a little crunched for time, but it's gonna be okay because like after today, all the deadlines go away, and it's just gonna be some nice off time.
That's a
Oh,
beautiful thing.
I'm going to a baseball game tomorrow.
Ooh.
I haven't
Which
been to
game?
a baseball game in like years. It's been a really long time.
That's unfortunate. You should definitely go some more, I think.
Well, somebody gave us tickets to San Antonio's minor league. They're
Oh,
called
nice.
the Missions. So we're like, our family's going to go and we're just going to go see a baseball game.
That's so fun. I feel like it's so much more affordable for families to go to like the minor league ones, and they're still just as fun,
Yeah. And this time they're
if
even
not
more
more.
free.
Yeah, free's always good.
I am in for that. You should be doing good because you just got back from vacay.
I did. Got to go got to go visit the beautiful Sandpoint, Idaho.
Question: was this like your first vacation after marriage, or have you had a couple like?
Do you count honeymoon?
Oh no, honeymoon is its own separate thing.
Okay, then yes, this was our first like
Oh,
official vacation
very nice. So
after.
learning how to travel together, that's fun.
Oh yeah, I think we only got into one fight, so that was
Oh,
good.
that's going to
You know?
happen.
Yeah.
And remember that because that one thing's probably going to come up often.
Most likely.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's good.
We're learning. We're like, oh, okay, so we should probably deal with these things.
Yeah, no.
Talking, communication.
Bury them down. Never bring them up again. That's a healthy way.
We're super healthy. We're gonna
Uh,
talk on marriage
yeah, this
on
is
this run, right?
yeah.
About all the things to do.
Oh gosh, I don't. Let's not talk about marriage with the middle schoolers yet.
But I love talking about marriage with them. It freaks them out.
It does. It scares
It's
them.
so
Well,
great. Except some of
dating.
the girls. The girls are like, "Oh," and the guys just zone
Okay,
me out.
so when you talk about your marriage, they're like,
Mhm.
"Aw," right?
That's true.
But when you talk about their marriage, they're like, "You," or "I can't handle that."
That's accurate.
Okay, okay.
So accurate.
Well, I mean, so girls do make up like half of our group most of the time. Is that about true for you, or are you more heavy guys or more heavy girls?
Right now I feel like we're pretty even. For the most
Okay.
part, we've generally been girl heavy,
Mhm.
but it's kind of evened out over the last like year.
We are girl heavy for sure. Um, I think we like our sixth grade class, soon to be seventh grade class, and our seventh grade class, soon to be eighth grade. Both were like short on guys.
Oh, interesting.
Like there weren't a ton of guys, and it hasn't grown. Now, normally by eighth grade year, which I don't understand this, eighth grade year, like my guys all kind of come back. I don't know if that's a maturity thing
It's because they
or
like the
what.
girls. The
Yeah,
girls are there
well,
now.
heck yeah. But like we had like all the girls in our group. Like even when
That's
we went
so
on this
funny.
mission trip, we had like 2/3 girls and 1/3 guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so just
That's interesting.
tons of females.
Because right now for our camp coming up, we're switched. So we have like 2/3 boys, 1/3 girl.
I don't know how to handle that right now.
With all the girls?
Well, yeah, because like I don't know. Like I don't mind relating to the girls. I don't mind trying to hang out with them and being a positive male influence in their life. I'm
Mhm.
definitely okay being like, "Hey, these are the ladies. You need to go talk to them." But I'm also cool with like, "Hey, you are a middle school girl. I can be positive male influence in your life and have that be cool."
Yes, accurate. And they need that for sure.
They do. So like a little bit about being a girl in middle school is it can be kind of awkward.
It can be very awkward.
Well, do
As
you
a
yeah,
personal female who once was in middle school,
I was just going to ask, like, what was some middle school memories of being a girl that you're like, this hits home.
oh gosh, I really like disliked middle school.
Really?
So I have lots of yes. I was just, I don't know where I fit in. I kinda was popular, but I also, like, was a floater, so I
Mm.
didn't really like the popular kids, but I really wanted to be popular.
Oh, both and
You
yeah.
know, it was a weird thing, but I will never forget, like, I was the girl who 100%, like, always wore sweatshirts because I was so, like, confused about, like, my body.
So like sweatshirts in the summer.
Yes, 100%.
Wow.
'Cause your body's changing and you're like, "What the heck is happening?" And so I literally, like, always wore sweatshirts or I always wore my backpack. I still do that, but it's
Hmm.
different now.
So no, there are lots of changes that happen in middle school. In middle school period. So that's the thing. So like all of my guys, when they come in as sixth graders, they come in like 3 feet tall. And when they
Yep.
leave, they're like 6 feet tall as eighth
Oh,
graders.
yeah. Even,
So
like, 7th grade,
oh yeah, they're
they'll
definitely
come in and I'm like, "What the heck happened?"
yeah, like they grow 8 inches over a summer and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Or
Uh,
they literally walk in a week later and they're like, "Hey, Ron." And you're like, "What?"
what just happened?
I will never forget that. I had one student come in, I think this was literally, like, 2 weeks ago, and the week before, totally, like, was normal how he came in every Sunday since I had met him, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden I just hear, "What's up, Michelle?" And I was like, "What in the world?" And I turned around and he, like, had grown 5 inches,
Yep.
deep voice, and I was like,
Yep.
"Oh my gosh, it happened."
It's you. So okay, so yeah, with guys we hear it,
Mhm.
or with ladies we see it. So
Yes.
like we just went on our mission trip, and it was
Mhm.
fast. We had a ton of girls, uh, but as I the f- I'm okay. I'm really glad that I started out ministry married. So like I've always been a married youth pastor. So
Nice.
that's a thing. And the
Mhm.
first trip we ever took, like we were getting our like medical bag ready, uh,
Mhm.
and my wife was like, "Hey, Ronald, for real, go buy some tampons, go buy some pads, and like stuff them in there." It's like,
Absolutely.
oh my gosh, you're totally right, and that has always been a thing. So we have like when we were on this mission trip, we had 4 girls on their periods all at the same time.
Oh, synced up.
So that was definitely a thing. And
Oh.
such there's such a big deal. And please, you are the resident expert on this one because I am not a female. But there's a thing where like we both want to celebrate those girls because we've had
Mhm.
multiple trips where this is a girl's first.
Yeah.
Like they start having their periods 8 hours away from home.
Yep.
And it's like and so we always make it a big deal to where we want to like celebrate them, but we also don't want to like put them in front of the group and be like, hey, guess what, Michelle just had her
Exactly.
period,
Yep. And
so it's
they never come back.
ever again, and their parents call and it's angry emails all over the place. Yeah. And actually,
Oh.
so my admin, Barbara, is amazing at this. She is really good. And so what she does is if a girl gets her first, and she's like, Barbara, this is the first time ever. Step one is they get on the phone and they call mom.
Smart.
Actually, that's probably step one and a half. Step one is find the tampon or the pad. Okay,
That's good. Okay, good.
you need this now. And so that maybe that's step one. Step two is they call mom and she gives them a chance to just celebrate together and be like, hey, this is a good thing.
Oh, I love that.
And then she takes them out for ice cream. And
What?
it's always like a little secret trip that they get to do. Like her and another leader take this girl and they go get ice cream together.
I love everything about that.
And so it's like such a passion for her to be like, no, if this is happening 8 hours away from home, they're away from mom, they're away from familiar. They want to make it as positive as an experience as possible.
That's amazing.
Like
I
I've
don't think
like
I've ever met somebody that has done that.
oh, and she like so she's the queen of this, and so much so where students will remember. like later on, they'll come back and they'll be like, "Hey, Barb, remember on that mission trip when we went and got ice cream? That was awesome." And she'll say like, "Well, do you remember why?" And I'm like, "No, but we got ice cream." And so like
So good.
they don't even remember the trauma of like starting their first period on a mission trip.
Oh,
It's
I love it.
we got ice cream with Barbara. It was awesome. And so like that's always such a cool thing. And she's so sly. There are times that I don't even know what's going on.
Oh,
And she'll be like,
God bless her.
"Hey, Ronald, so and like I need the van or whatever." And I'll be, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then later I'll be like, "Oh, what happened?"
Barbara, you are an MVP in my heart.
For real. But even more so than that, like, dude, youth pastor, if you are listening, and you've got girls coming on your trip, you need to bring some pads, you need to bring some tampons, but
Mhm.
you probably need to bring an extra pair of shorts or two because
Yeah.
we ran into that this last time. Also,
Ooh,
we had a situation where this girl, like, she she was wearing white. She was
rough.
unprepared and
Oh,
had to go
poor
to like,
girl.
the college bookstore and buy her some some shorts to be like, okay, here you go. Here's a gift. You get the
Yeah. Oh.
and
Oh, my heart breaks for her.
the parents were like so appreciative that we had taken care of her. And we were just like, okay, we need to like be ready next time with like the extra pair of shorts just in case.
Yeah, and that's gonna be tricky too, because like, everyone's different sizes, but
Oh yeah. You know, I guess with yeah.
even honestly, though, even just knowing, like, where is the closest store
Ooh yeah.
to where one of us can run and, like, go get her size or whatever.
Oh yeah, because if you know you're going to be really far away from a store, then you bring like a couple extra sets of something.
Yeah, whatever the cheapest, like, running shorts are, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You're on a mission trip especially or
they,
summer camp,
they
like
fall within camp dress code. Just be like, here,
yep,
cinch them up until we can get to a thing to where it's not embarrassing, to where nobody's going to be like, oh, look how big your shorts are. Why is that? Yada yada.
exactly. You don't wanna make it look too obvious that, like, something happened.
Another thing that we did with this trip is we just had to remind some of our girls that it's okay to just be emotional and that
Aw,
didn't have to like
I love that.
peg that emotion on any one thing in particular.
Mm.
Like, hey, I just want to remind you, you slept for 4 hours last night. You're on your period.
Aw,
Uh, you're away from home for the first time ever. Yeah, this might be a little bit of a hard thing for you to deal with, but it's okay.
definitely.
Like for all the dude youth pastors like me out there, Michelle, what are some things that we could do better when we are ministering to these middle school girls, like especially like when we're on a trip away from mom?
Mhm.
What's some stuff that we can do?
Gosh, I think you guys are nailing it right on the head, especially with guys, like, as awkward as it is, you have to pack tampons and pads, and honestly, like, multiple sizes too. So I usually just get, like, a mix pack.
That is
Um
a good thing to note because
Yes.
multiple sizes exist, and if you only buy one size and it's the wrong one, you're in a
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, and you can always just go buy, like, the regular, and usually it's fine. But you never know, right? And also be aware just because of middle school and you never know, like, what their parents want them to do. I usually buy extra pads and less tampons.
Yes, because there can be a type of stigma towards the tampon.
Yes. And just to be, sensitive to all, it's just a lot easier for pads as well.
Yeah.
From the female side who's trying to teach somebody how to
Uh,
use things.
again.
Exactly.
Yeah, that can
So
be.
in that sense, you also absolutely need to have a woman on your trip with you.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Um, yeah, just a female leader who can and is willing to step up and say like, "Yeah, I can take care of this."
Yeah, and something I did not ever go up to. I knew our four ladies who they were, but
Mhm.
not ever go up to them and be like, "Hey, so I hear you're on your period." You know,
Please don't.
did not cross that line because I feel like that's an inappropriate line for me to cross. Like,
Yeah, and it's just embarrassing for them,
yeah, and I wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't want to do anything that embarrasses students on purpose in the first place. So
yeah.
why add this to the list, right? You don't want to do that.
Yeah. I think as a female leader, one thing that I have done in the past when like I was a volunteer and stuff was I would ask them like, "Hey, do you want me to let blank person know, like the youth pastor, whoever it was, um, or are you okay with me letting them know that
Hmm.
this happened just so I can do that?" And usually, if they're like, "Absolutely not," then respect that.
Yeah.
That's not unnecessarily like that's not something that the youth pastor has to absolutely know. It just is like a courtesy thing.
No, but
And if they're like, "Yeah, that's fine," then go and tell the youth pastor, but have the youth pastor not, like, come up to them and, tell them, "Hey, congratulations,"
yeah, I mean,
you know?
unless youth pastor is the female of the group, female leader, like that
Yeah,
is an
super
opportunity.
different.
Yeah, no, that's huge. But if the youth pastor is male, yeah,
Mhm.
it's okay for the youth pastor to know but act ignorant on that front.
Yes. Yeah. Treat them exactly the same. There is no difference
Yeah, but I
in
mean,
what was happening.
even still, with like the changing bodies that our middle school students are going through, being
Mhm.
aware of that is such
Yes.
a good thing. Like I said, when you're compounding homesickness and lack of sleep and all this other stuff
Yeah.
on any trip, and then like, oh crap, periods are coming. If a youth pastor is just aware that that's a that that's is a reality, that God made the female body to do this, and
Yeah.
keep that in mind, you're
Mhm.
going to be in a better place. You really are.
Yeah, and I would say it's not even just middle school either, like, this is high school as well. Um,
Yeah,
it often, usually the majority start in middle school.
yeah,
But we do have, like, a handful of students who started in high school,
yeah,
um,
yeah. And
and they're a little bit more older where they're like, "Oh, yeah, I've known about this for a couple of years now."
I knew this was coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
because at that point, all of their other friends have probably talked about it and things like that. But if you for us, if you got a
Mhm.
12-year-old, like, okay, you need a little more coaching.
Yeah. One of the cool things that I've also seen is when they have friends who've started
Mm.
and the friends are super encouraging to it.
Oh, I love.
Um, like, they'll usually go and tell one of their friends, and then, like, as a group, they'll come and, like, find me or find one of the other female leaders, um, and that way they have, like, a buddy there with them who's
Okay,
been through it and who knows.
that's amazing. And like
Yeah.
as guy youth pastor who is like, I'm encouraging the girls, but like it is from like the appropriate distance. Like this is stuff that I
Mhm.
don't see, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but it's such a beautiful way of these girls to like bond and have memories and grow together like as a group.
Oh, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, usually, you don't forget that kind of first time especially or it especially even just any time, like, camps are just big in general, and so
Mhm.
to do something else on top of that, it's a big deal.
Yeah, and I mean, if we can just always be encouraging our ladies in that way, like in or just in any way, I just think that's going to be
Yeah.
such a huge win for them
Mhm.
to remind them that hey, this is a part of you growing up. This is you becoming a woman, the woman God made you to
Mhm.
be. Yeah, oh gosh, that's just I love that. And again, I'm also coming from the dad of three girls, right? So like,
Yep, you got it. You are preparing well for it.
we're so ready.
Are you?
Nope.
You got a couple of years,
So I have 2 years until my oldest
hopefully.
comes into
Yeah.
the group.
Whew.
Not freaking out about that at all.
It's totally fine. Totally chill.
It's gonna be fine. Goodness.
Oh,
No, but
I
hey,
don't wanna be in your household when all 3,
um,
possibly all 4.
more than likely all four, I will find other things to do. Hey,
I'm really praying for all boys.
I appreciate that. But you know what? God knew that I could handle a group of all ladies, a
He
household,
did,
and that's what he.
and
That's
it's prepped you well for
thanks.
dealing with middle school situations.
Hey, everybody. I hope that this has been a helpful conversation to you. If you are oblivious to all this stuff as a youth pastor, find your female volunteers, find your female leaders, and be like, hey, I need the scoop. Help me encourage my ladies. Help me know how I can best take care of them when we're far from home and on a trip. I think you will go places if you can do that. Michelle, any closing thoughts?
Don't be afraid to talk about it.
Mm,
It's a real thing. Like, don't be like, use the real words. I don't know if I can say vagina on here, but
you just did.
I did. So there's that. But it's real. Like, it's just real. Like, don't be weird about it.
I
That's the
mean,
best.
don't be weird about it like I am,
Don't be
right?
weird about it. It's normal things.
It is. And again, this is how God made us. It's good. Goodness gracious.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. And thanks for going on us on this summer experience of going on a mission trip and stuff like that. We will see you guys next week with more Talking Squirrels.
Bye.